Hey everybody, how you doing? My name is Chris and I am the man behind CCS Media Design. Today I'm making this video because I just got myself in the mail this little toy. The Elgato Game Capture HD. Now previously I was using the Hauppauge HD PVR 1 Gaming Edition. And it was a fine capture card, but it's just kind of become outdated with all the new ones that have been coming out recently, so I decided it was time for an upgrade. So, after a lot of consideration, I asked a lot of people for their opinions, looked around, and in the end the Elgato was the one that was the card that I decided to go with in the end, pardon me. So, I'm just making this video because I want to open this sucker up and show you guys all of its contents and how to hook it up. So, let's get down to it. Alright, so here we have our Elgato Game Capture HD box. Let's flip that over. So, let's just dig right on into this, shall we? Sorry about that. Alright, so we just remove that cover, and we come to the inner box, which we're just going to open up like a book. And inside we see the Elgato Game Capture HD device itself. I'm sorry about that. So here we go. Just cut that off for a second. Elgato Game Capture HD. Alright, so as you can see, this device is really small. Actually, let's just give you a little size comparison right here. Fits right there in the palm of your hand, and it's really light. Absolute featherweight. Alright, so one of the cool things about this thing is that being so small, it's that it can run entirely on phantom power. Now what's that? That means that it's powered purely by its USB connection, which is here, and doesn't need to be plugged into an outlet. So that's really cool about this thing. Alright, so now that I've got this side pointed at the camera, let's go over the ports on it. Here we have the USB port, actually mini USB port to be precise. Mini USB cable goes into there, and then goes from that into your laptop or PC. Now, cool thing about the Elgato is that it is a Mac-friendly capture device, so you can use it for both PC and the Mac. The one restriction about it is that you have to be fairly advanced. Has to be a fairly advanced operating system. Mac OS X 7 and Windows 7 are the minimum requirements. Must be those or higher. Alrighty, moving on to the HDMI out port. Again, I'm not too sure how well you can see that, so I apologize. I can't bring it closer to the camera because it'll get blurry. I'm shooting this on a DSLR camera, and they are very unforgiving with their planes of focus. It does it to create a depth of field effect, but alright, that's something for another time. Alright, so in any case, our HDMI out port. This is what the port you will plug in HDMI cable, which goes from the device into your TV. It's out because it's out of the device, and then goes into the TV. Out to the device, into the TV. Should I repeat that a couple more times? Alright, so let's just turn this thing around to the other side. Now here we have the HDMI in port. So, if the other one was out of the device, this one must be into the device. This is where you plug your HDMI device, where the video signal will go into the capture card from your console or your computer. Yes, one of the cool things about this is that you can also use it to capture footage off of a PC or a Mac. Although, that's a little tricky because you need to have another computer to plug the USB cable into in order to record footage. So you'd need two computers to do that. But, so this is what you'd run your Xbox 360, your Xbox One. Yes, it is compatible with the next-gen consoles. I believe PS4 as well. I know for a fact Xbox One, but I believe PS4. So your Xbox One, your Xbox 360, or your HDMI compatible computer, you'd input the cable into there, and that's where the video signal would run into the device. Now over here we have the AV the AV input. Now, this is specifically for the PlayStation 3, and I'm assuming it's compatible PlayStation 4. You need this because the PS4 and PS3 can't run the HDMI directly in because there's certain safeties built into the PlayStation systems that prevent the capturing of... I actually somehow think it can tell it... I don't know how it does it, but it prevents certain things from getting captured on it while allowing others if you ran through the HDMI. So you have to run through the AV in, and that allows you to record everything on a PS4, PS3, except downside is that it's probably a little hard to notice, but if you run it through the AV in, you will lose some quality because without the direct HDMI, it ceases to become, quotations here, true HD. Alright, so enough of that rambling. So we'll put that device down. Now, the rest of the cables in this box would normally be found behind. As you can see, they're empty. What happened there is that I was doing this video before in a previous take, and I messed up really, really bad and had a long silence, so I just had to make a cut there. So let's introduce the cables, which I have taken aside here, one at a time. Alright, so here we have our USB cable. One side is mini USB. That goes into the USB port down here. Mini USB, and then the regular USB cable. This is what you'll run into your Mac, PC, laptop, or desktop. Alrighty, so next we're going to pull out the HDMI to HDMI. This is what you're going to plug in to your, if you want to record computer footage, your computer, or if it's the Xbox console, you'll plug it into, there's a port in the Xbox for HDMI, you'll plug it into that, and then into the HDMI in port, you'd plug the other side. Now, one thing to note about HDMIs, when you're shopping for them, you might see like different packages branding claiming that they're specifically for video game consoles or TV. I'm just going to throw this out there right now. HDMI is HDMI. It works with anything, so do not be fooled by any kind of particular branding. Just go for whatever you can find cheapest. They are all the same. However, length is important. So that's for the Xbox 360. You know what? Let's actually create some separation there. Here we are. So next we're going to pull out the, this is what's the, what the Game Capture HD calls the PlayStation 3 cable. This one is for, this side goes into the PlayStation 3's HDMI port. Now again, you see it's a little different. Actually, no, take the, no. It's built a little different than the others because the PlayStation 3 has the protection built into it. So you run this side from the PlayStation 3, and then you have your S component cable here, which runs into the AV to the AV in plug-in here. Right there, multiple wires, so you have to be careful. Don't lose any of that. Or don't lose any of those pins. It's got a lot of pins in there. Break one and you could possibly screw the whole thing up. Don't know that for a fact though, but safe to assume. Be delicate. Alright, now there's one more plug here. We have our S-Video to component cables. Now I was originally told to believe that the Elgato completely ran on HDMI, so I'm going to admit I'm not 100% sure why this is here. Either you can just use it to run component cables from a PlayStation 3 or Xbox console normally, since they do come with HD. Pardon me, sorry. Since the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 do come with component cables that are intended for HD, you could, I'm guessing you could run them into that and then plug the S-Video port, the S-Video cable here into the capture card and do recording that way. However, if it's anything like the Hauppauge PVR1, when using component cable, you'll be able to do 720p and 1080i, but you will not be able to do 1080p. Cannot do that without an HDMI cable, as it is not true HD. And even when you do use it for 1080p, 720p and 1080i, you will notice a slight degrade in quality if you're using the component cable, because it's not true HD. Alrighty, so that is what all makes up what is inside the Elgato Game Capture HD box. Well guys, thanks for watching my video of unwrapping the Elgato Game Capture HD. I can tell you right now that anyone who's been watching my video game videos, primarily my Halo videos and machinimas, as well as my Let's Play Civilization Revolution series, they will all be having a tremendous increase in quality now that I can record them in true HD. Side note that if anyone who's a fan of my Civilization series is watching this video right now, first project once this is hooked up is Civilization Revolution, the Let's Play series Part 6. I promised that one would be coming soon. Now that I have this, it's on its way. Alright, well thanks for watching everybody, and I will do another video explaining how to hook this thing up and going over the process of actually acquiring the capture cards, the capture software for the Elgato. Unlike the Hauppauge PVR, it's not a physical disc that comes with the thing. You download it off of the Elgato website. But again, I will go over that in another video. Just going to need to switch cameras from this DSLR so focusing isn't an issue. Well again guys, thanks for watching, and see you soon.